Good morning everyone. It is the 2nd of July 2023. Just making a small vlog, a short vlog, describing my health and the condition I'm in. I couldn't sleep all night because I've had pains in the chest, swollen ankles, headaches, pains at the back of my neck, spine, all my joints. Keep passing urine quite frequently. And the problems I have is diabetes. So diabetes triggered by obesity and my heart attack and coronary heart disease, which I'm taking some medication for. And the main problem I'm suffering with is long COVID. The long COVID causes complications over the whole body. The long COVID has literally crippled me. So I'm finding life a struggle. This is why I don't see many vlogs on this channel now. I've got some vlogs filmed, but I haven't been able to edit them because my eyes hurt when I look at the screen or I try to concentrate on anything. The long COVID gives you a lot of memory loss, so a lot of things you have to do, you have to write them down, and it makes you very tired. It gives your heart a real challenge because I'm suffering with congested heart failure. And what congested heart failure does, it leaks fluids into your lungs, it makes your lungs very tight, and you find it very difficult to breathe. And the COVID caused a lot of damage to the lungs. I suffered with pneumonia, and the pneumonia causes damage to the lungs. There's something about long COVID I'm trying to understand, is why does it last so long, the effects of long COVID. And it also makes the previous health condition I've had, following my 2009 car crash, it makes it into a different ballgame. It's an entirely different ballgame in my life now, and a real struggle. But I'm not giving in, I'm trying. And what I find difficult right now is my relationship with my partner. Because once you have these sort of health conditions, where you can't function very well, you can imagine the problems you have with a woman who has hormones. It's only natural a woman gets frustrated when a man is very ill. He can't move himself, let alone have adult fun. So it's one thing that's really bothering me right now, and I'm thinking of leaving the home for a while. Not because I don't love my partner, because I need to save myself. I'm in real trouble with my health. I need all the rest I can get, and I need to concentrate on myself, on getting better, so my children can have a father, because at this rate I'm going to die. I can't have any kind of stress because the heart is I'm going to die, there's no doubt about it. I'll be dead within 2 years. The way my heart is going and the way it's getting worse, my mobility is getting worse. I'm waiting for the council to fit stairs, electric stairs, like a lift up the stairs for me. That's about it is. When I go to shopping, I have to use a shopping trolley, to go to the shops and back. I can't carry anything like I used to. And even pushing the shopping trolley, I have to walk very slow because I get out of breath. I could hardly use my treadmill. I can't use it. And when I use a treadmill, it's just for walking, not running like I used to. There's so much damage caused by the COVID, and then you have the stress factors when you're not well, mental factor. That's what I call it, the mental factor. Because you're dealing with all the struggles of your body, you need to have people around you that will help you relax and recover. And I'm finding at home I can't do that. I'm finding it very difficult living with children in the house. My son Isaac is special educational need and is an absolute nightmare to raise. So I'm not actually enjoying my children right now. I love little Maxie, she's a joy to watch and a joy to look at, but I just can't be around any commotions or any children screaming and crying or anything, or my partner having hormone problems. I just can't deal with it, because when it comes to my life is first, or there be no me at all. So this is the most horrific thing, having the COVID and suffering with that. The COVID has changed our whole life. Our whole life is a different ballgame. We're in more doors. Since 2019, we're being indoors like lockdown. And the lockdown affected me as much as the COVID. Mental damage, but keep locked in. And because I had the COVID, I caught it 5 times. almost died of it 4 times. That mental effect on me is very hard. And you don't trust the system, you don't trust anything. I don't trust government, I don't trust anything. I will never vote for a government again because I don't trust them. What they did to us with COVID, I just don't trust any government. And I actually want to leave the country where there's not many people. I can get my food naturally. And I actually want to go back home to my mum's country or find an Asian country to live in. I just do not want to live here no more. Or at least if I move out to Scotland somewhere where I'm isolated. I do not want to live in London where there are crowds. Because that COVID virus, yeah, I knew there was COVID virus there, but never took it seriously enough. Seriously enough. And a lot of people say to me, it's only a cold and a flu. You listen to people, and before you know it, you catch the virus. It don't just affect you, it affects everyone. We lost 2 of our children with the COVID virus. And it's, you may think this is selfish. At the time of COVID, when it was locked down, ambulances were taking 2 to 3 hours, maybe even 4 hours to turn up. And sometimes they weren't even turning up because there wasn't enough ambulances. It was quite shocking and scary. I saw a guy who got knocked over, Hertford Road, and he lay there for hours, no ambulance. There was no ambulance for him. He literally died. I couldn't wait outside because it was cold, so I had to go indoors because of my degenerative bone condition I have. My bones ache every week, they hurt so much. So I got a scare. You couldn't get into hospitals because hospitals were rammed. So I decided to keep our children at home and give them the cowpox and that. But we nearly lost 2 of them, Leon and Starshine. Our children are still suffering with the effects of COVID. My son Isaac is suffering with the effects of the childhood immunization vaccine, and also Leon, he's had a slight bad effect from the immunization vaccine, the childhood vaccines they have throughout their lives. So I just don't trust anything right now. This country needs to have healthy people so everyone can work. This way, the country's poor because everyone is sick. There's so many people dying, even now, after the COVID virus has come and still there, but it's subsided. So everyone is sick. Can't move, people are depressed, they can't move properly, they're coughing, they've got chest pain, they're dying of cancer. The rate is incredibly hard. So COVID was real. People say it wasn't real, it was a fake. Believe me, it was not, it was real, 100% real. And the after effects of COVID was deadly, because what the COVID does, it attacks people more with underlying health conditions. I had underlying health conditions, so it affected me more. But the COVID, it almost killed my friend, a boxer friend of mine. He died twice on that table, and he back alive and made it. But obviously he's not the same. As the main thing about the COVID is, I found after you've had the COVID for about a year or so, just about a year, or maybe 18 months, you get this kind of secondary illness that's deadly. It just cripples you down, you get tired, headaches. And I heard that COVID can trigger off diabetes, heart problems. So if you had heart attack problems like me, heart problems, then it's going to be a lot worse. A lot worse. You will most likely die. So I'm very surprised that I'm still alive. So I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm meant to get on the scales on the 31st of May, and also to check my blood pressure. My blood pressure last was 247 over 106, which is death-free. I should be dead. But I didn't go to the doctors. I'm so scared that I've given up. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. So my next time I'm going to get on the scales is going to be end of July. We're in July now, end of July. But the weighing scales, I had good luck. I came down to 18 stones. But 18 stones is still by far too much for me. I need to lose another 5 stones. I know, yes, 5 stones is an enormous amount of weight, but I need to come down to 13 stone. 13 stone 5, or at the minimum, at least, I need to get down to 14 stones very fast. But most of all, I've got to get rid of the toxins in my body. Because up and down, I've been yo-yo dieting, like I have low calories of chocolates. And the things I've been eating, as well as good foods, is wagon wheels, Kit Kats, a few digestive biscuits, and let me see, that's about it, yeah. And some other chocolates, I can't remember the name. The thing is, you mustn't eat any chocolates. I've reduced my chocolate, severely reduced my chocolates. Cakes reduced it right down, sort of like 85% reduction. Problem is when you have them diabetes and fatty livers, heart problem, the blood sugar level has to remain low and not too much. So I have to go to the hospital and check my diabetic state, and I'm not getting any treatment for it, which is my choice, because I don't like the treatment. I'm not like drugs. It's silly, and it's a stubborn way of living. I don't like drugs. When you go on drugs, I just think it takes over your body. You become dependent on it. Of course, you can die if you don't have them, but it makes you dependent on these drugs, and they cripple your body. The heart medicine I had for my heart, they crippled my body. So what I take now for the heart medication, I take dispersible aspirin, and what I do, I live a very, very healthy life with regards to eating, my main diet, and I also eat much less. Yesterday I had just one meal yesterday, and that was mincemeat with pasta, cabbage, and carrots. And I eat meat very rarely, red meat very, very rare. But I do believe you need some red meat in the system. I've abandoned fish. The reason being is because the sea. I don't trust the sea, what they dump into it. And fish is very expensive. And if I lived abroad, I would eat a lot better. I'd eat fresh fish from the sea there, like in the Caribbean where my parents come from. But in this country, in the European countries, well, I'll say England, our seas are highly polluted. And so I do not want to eat the fish and pick up mercury in my system. So I supplement my diet with fish oils. I have fish oils. Yes, you must say I'm contradicting myself because I'm having fish oils, because we don't know where they come from. But I'd rather have the fish oils than eat the fish itself. The whole thing here is damage limitation. So mentally I have to keep myself strong to heal myself. And this I find very difficult at home with my partner. Very, very difficult. One cannot live at home when you're very stressed out and your partner's giving you a lot of hell, because things at home is not very good, because the cost of living crisis is quite tough. Our children are suffering with special needs disabilities. We had good luck. Our children are now out of nappies. Isaac has special needs, and the use of nappies between all children was £1,700 a year, because they're not like normal children. But for good news, we just took the nappies off them, and Isaac is now out of nappies and Starshine. Only at night time they put a nappy on each of them to prevent wetting themselves. But they've been lately not wetting the bed at night, which is extremely good results for us, because it cuts the cost down of nappies. So the 31st of July, with the next time, I'm going to go and take my blood pressure test reading, if I'm still alive, and also my weight, which I want to be 17 and a half. I hope I'm 17 and a half. Another thing I've been doing, I've been fasting. And the fasting I'm finding is helping me, but I'm so ill I can't move on. I sit under the seat and I can't move. It's hard to get up, my bones ache, breathless. You walk, you're breathless. Headaches, tired, just feel a different person. That Tony that was once fit is no more. But I'm trying, I'm strong, and I believe in God. And that's the most important thing. I believe in God. I never give up on my God. And as long as I do that, believe in my God, He'll be with me here or if I go in the grave. So I'm going to now enjoy my Sunday morning and just sit here, just inside my front door, facing outwards, and listen to the ambient sounds of, believe it or not, London. Because usually London's a very noisy place, but early hours of the morning, it's around 6 o'clock. It's very, very quiet, and I'm going to enjoy it. Hope you will have a good day. If you're sick and ill, and you feel like giving up, don't give up. Try everything to try and get yourself back healthy. Try and avoid stress the best you can. Each time you stress, it produces a chemical in the body which attacks your organs, your whole system, your mind. It actually makes you put on weight, or it can make you reduce weight. It's just no good. It's one more thing. Another thing I've been suffering with is swollen legs. My bottom part of my calf muscles are swollen, my feet swollen. And when I sit in one position for such a long time, obviously because I can't get up because of my condition, which comes in pockets. I get pockets where I can get up, pockets where I can't get up at all. So my legs swell and they hurt, they burn. I'm suffering that. That's because my heart is not functioning properly. And there's a thing called DVT and blood clotting. I've got to be very, very careful. I'm not going to give up on myself without fight. Once I fight, I'm going to fight to death or fight to life. I've never had to deal with anything like this in my lifetime. Not for this length of period being ill. I'm sure there's many others even worse than what I am, in a state of near death, or ones who have passed away, which I know many of. The ones who produce this virus are very evil. This virus is no man-made. It's no disease, it's a virus. It's a huge money grab. Destroy the whole economy, you destroy people's lives. Once they lose all their stuff, the rich come in, the rich buy the stuff, all their houses, cars, their debt cleared for cheap. Big, big, huge power grab. The world is changing so much. If you take a look at what's happening in France right now, it's very scary what's happening in France. 40,000 soldiers on the streets of France. 1,300 arrests. Oh, just incredible. Maybe we need AI to put mankind right. You need AI to fix us. Even if it goes wrong, it may be worth the risk. Because human beings, as far as I can see right now, we're worse than any AI could be. And we also tend to brand things as dangerous. Of course, scientists know what they're talking about, but we all tend to brand things as dangerous. And it's we ourselves who are dangerous. We brand Russia as dangerous, and it's we in the West ourselves who are dangerous with NATO and what we've done in Russia, trying to cause a regime change. So the Putin had to defend himself by attacking Ukraine, which I don't agree with, but you can't blame the man for what the West is doing, moving weapons closer and closer and closer to the border of Russia. What we need to do is to leave Ukraine alone. Rishi Sunak needs to stop sending money to Ukraine, weapons, to kill Russians. You need to stop the killing and use your common sense, pull away and live a life where people don't have to kill each other. It's incredible. Well, we don't value life at all, human beings. I value life, but there are many people on this planet who don't value life. They value money more than life. When you think about it, money is garbage. It's not the money what's the most important thing. It's what you can do, what you can make to create stuff. The money just buys the services or buys the goods. If you can make the goods yourself by educating yourself, and you know people in that group where you can look after each other by doing your own stuff, you'd be far better off with people around you, good people, understanding people. Is the doggy going for a walk in the morning? Now it's about 6:10. I'm going to leave this on for another 1 minute. I hear Isaac waking up to go to the toilet. Good boy, he's getting up, go to the toilet, not to wet the bed. I can hear him. Isaac is now 5 years old, and next year he'll be 6. Starshine will be 4 this year, Leon will be 3. And our little one, Maxine, will be 6 months this month, on the 22nd of July. Good morning, Isaac. Good morning. Everybody. Good morning. Everyone.